What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And what doesn't make sense to me is why the left would bring a child on display to push climate change. Well, on the other end, it kind of does make sense to me why they would do it, because on the left, they will use anybody to get their will across. They don't care that mentally it is destroying this young girl who I'm about to show you a clip of, Greta Thunberg. I don't know where she's from. I know she has an accent of some sort. Sweden somewhere, maybe, I don't know, Lithuania, who knows. But anyway, Greta is very passionate, apparently, about the whole climate change thing, to the point where it's unhealthy. Now, why is she doing this? First of all, I don't blame her. She's a kid. I blame her parents for allowing her to buy into this whole climate change thing to the point where she's going to put on a world-class performance right here. And a lot of people who criticize her, the first thing the left does is, you can't criticize a kid, you can't attack a kid, blah, 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 blah. But yet at the same time, they sat back and enjoyed themselves with the young man from Kentucky, the Catholic schoolboys. Oh yeah, they attacked them pretty hard. So she's free game. She decided to make this her plight, and so therefore she's free to be criticized. But let's see what she has to say.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystem.
Now, what I don't understand, first of all, where'd she get her acting coach from? Well, it was the guy from Jim Kirk? That's who it was. Was it Captain Kirk? How dare you? People are suffering and people are dying. Ecosystems are being destroyed. Spock, we have to do something. That is the worst performance in dramatic reading I've ever seen. I wonder how many times she got in the mirror to practice this. Once, maybe twice, I'm not sure. But apparently, when you do things like this, it makes it more meaningful. It makes it true, even though it's not true. It's just not. So anyway, that's her strategy, I guess. But let's hear what she has to say.
Are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal eco.
Okay, so she says that all you can talk about is the money. We're in the middle of a catastrophic event. So if that is the case, where? She said ecosystems are being destroyed. I mean, can she give me a reference? Is she talking about Brazil? I mean, the same amount of fires that catch on in Brazil, I mean, every year, the same stuff happening all the time. That's been happening for years. Give me one ecosystem that has totally been destroyed since this whole climate change thing has come out. And she says we are in the beginning of the end. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Somebody get her an anxiety pill, something. She shouldn't have to carry this burden of saving the world all by herself. You know how much pressure that is on a kid? But like, once again, I'm not going to blame her. Greta's just being used. Some adult allowed her to go out and take on this burden. Whether this kid believes it or not, it's still not healthy for a kid to be thinking that I have no future. It's all doom and gloom. You know, maybe Greta needs to be dropped off in a remote area of Africa where there's a drought and there's no water and stuff, or in a country where they're not worried about climate change. They're worried about being killed for their religious beliefs or just for being a woman, all of that. But Greta here is a woman. She's a teenager, and she's been given a platform to go out and push this propaganda.
Economic growth. How dare you?
How dare you?
For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear.
Has it? Has it, Greta? Who makes Greta a professional? Who makes her world-renowned scientist that she can speak on the science being crystal clear. Maybe we should bring a real scientist on climate change on here to debate Greta and see if she can talk the jargon. Because right now she's just pushing talking points that she's been hearing down throughout the years. I don't know about you. I remember at first it was supposed to be the ozone layer was going away. Then, let's see, there was acid rain. Then it was California supposed to break off and float out into the ocean. And that was like 24 years ago. I'm not sure what she's talking about. None of that stuff came true. So what scientific data are you referring to, Greta? Please tell us, oh wise one. Let's hear more.
How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you are doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight. You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that. Because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe.
So now, the strategy here is to use a kid to shame lawmakers and leaders into destroying our whole economic system and structure and our whole way of life and our military and everything else. Using a kid and making this kid come out here, whine, cry, be emotional, throw out all types of accusations, tug at the heartstrings of people who's watching this and make them say, okay, because of Greta and her sense of urgency and her anxiety and her award-winning performance, let's go ahead and bring forth the new Green Deal or something like that, anything, and just give over all that power to the government. Let them control everything about our life and just ruin our whole way of living because Greta got on there and was like, and action, how dare you? You don't care about us. How could you? I should be in school. Yes, you should be in school, Greta, instead of being on these platforms and being brought to Congress to spew up all of this propaganda. That's my whole point. Who's allowing you to do this? They're ruining your high school career. They're ruining the chances of you finding a normal, healthy boyfriend at some point who's sitting back going, well, I was going to spend the weekend with my girlfriend going to the movies, but she's overseas performing and telling everybody how they're evil if they don't embrace, the Green Deal or whatever options they have to deal with global warming. That's not healthy. That is not healthy. And I think that it's going to be psychologically damaging for her if she really believes this. Now, if she said, hey, look, I've been given a platform. I'm famous now. I'm going to take this ride it out, maybe transition into acting after all of this stuff. But once she matures and this stuff is not her big meat and potatoes, maybe she can, find another way to keep money coming in. I don't know if this is all a big act to her or not. But if she really believes this stuff, do you know how psychologically damaging that is to not give your child proper information about climate change, and they're walking around thinking we got about 36 days to live? That's right. Hey, son, in about 3 weeks, a meteor is going to hit the planet. We're all going to die. Do you think your kid would have a normal, happy high school life knowing that? If you kept telling your kid in about a couple of days the whole earth is going to blow up because of climate change, your kid might as well just say, well, heck, why am I going to school then? Mom, Dad, how about I just drop out, wander around the world like Kane from Kung Fu? Yeah, just wander around the world and start whining about the world is ending because of climate change. So nobody go to school, forget work. Let's all forget all of that stuff. Hey, I don't know about you, but if I knew the world was about to wrap up in a couple of years, man, why am I trying to pay taxes, man? Why am I trying to pay off student loans, man? You ain't getting your money. Earth about to end in a couple of years, according to Greta. So we might as well just go ahead and blow it out. Have a good time. Live it out like 1999, baby. That's right, because we're all going to die anyway, Greta, according to her. So if it can't be reversed, if it's that bad, if the science shows it, then what are we doing? I mean, forget it. Let's just have a good time and see it go off into a blaze, man, kicking it. But this young lady right here is going to be psychologically damaged, walking around every day looking up like any second now, the whole earth is just going to catch on fire. And if it does catch on fire, it won't be because of global warming or climate change, none of that. It's going to be of biblical proportions because, yeah, the Bible did say second time the earth is going to be destroyed by fire. So I'm not going to blame that on global warming, that's for sure. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I appreciated that performance, though. I mean, her acting is, how dare you? How could you do this to us? You've stolen my childhood. You should be all ashamed of yourselves. Yeah, all of that stuff. Great acting. I'm going to be talking more about this tonight on my live radio blog talk show on YouTube and also on my radio blog talk show. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and the notification button. Make sure you're still subscribed to my channel. Find me on Facebook, the Twitter. Check out Extreme Tees. You'll love it. Links in the bottom. Okay. Put my name in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And you can find me on Facebook and the Twitter if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Feel free. There's a link in the bottom to do that as well. And we'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. I have to go into the store now to look at some man stuff. I'll see you tonight on my radio blog talk show in my live stream on YouTube. Thank you.